Welcome
Let's
back to
blast through the
Digimon World
Sonic
3. Okay, alright.
I thought we were done.
So, in the last part, we had finished the main story, and I mentioned that we have some post-game. So let me explain real quick. We have access to the central and eastern sectors. So basically we can go all the way to where that station is that would take us to South Sector, but since we don't have the card, like we did before, we don't have access to the South Sector. We don't have access to the West Sector. We don't have access to the North Sector, and we can't use Digimon or Submeramon to take us to those areas because they've rerouted those areas underground and underneath the ocean, so they don't go anywhere. But we have access to the 4 leaders of the Amaterasu server now, and they're back in some different locations. The Serial leader is here Kinglong leader is here in Kinglong. He has Pheromon and a couple others. His roster, I believe it's Pheromon, Master Tyrannomon, and then there's I think it's Chimeramon. Basically, the leaders are going to be using bosses that we fought from previous parts of the game. It's going to be a mix of some of the random bosses that were by themselves and boss Digimon that were in control, being controlled by tamers, like leaders and other bosses throughout the game.
Jesus.
And then some of them, some of them do have a couple unique, moves. But Pheromon, he does some really crazy damage. I don't know why.
That didn't look like the positron laser. This is a BFG.
Yeah, no, it was that shit's really strong. The Giga Crusher. I forgot. It is not called positron laser for some reason. There's Mega Crusher, Giga Crusher, and I can't remember what they call the one for Paladin mode. I said in the last part that I thought it was supposed to be positron laser, but it is not called positron laser. Speaking of which, as you can see, since he knows it, I leveled him up so that he could get it. Fair warning. I should have said this at the very beginning of the part. If you are seeing this is the PAL region post game, and if you want to access this and you are playing the PAL region and you want to fight the bosses, you need to grind like a motherfucker, because I spend a lot of time, grinding just to fight these guys. You might note that I was right around level 50 when I beat the main story, and that's typically where you'll be at, around 45, 50. Ow!
Rip user.
Damn. But as you can see by the HP totals of my Digimon, I am way higher leveled. All of my Digimon are approaching 60 in this instance, and I believe the final boss that will be in the next part, I'm up around 70. I'm not kidding. If you want to get to if you want to fight the post-game stuff, you are going to have to grind like crazy. There's some spots where you can fight certain Digimon that will give you really good EXP yields, and some of them also drop these items that will give you tech points, so you can actually use the they're like these chips that add tech points or training points or whatever they are, the TP, and you can bring it and you can use it so that you can train more at the gym over by Amaterasu City in the Central Park. So that's gonna be your main method of stat grinding. You definitely need to make sure your attack stat is 999, and hopefully, I think that it actually technically goes over that when you have your weapon equipped, but it won't actually raise the stat if it's equipped and your stat's already 999. But I feel like I am doing a little bit more damage. It might be placebo, but I swear I'm doing more damage as my Digimon level up, while they still have 999 maxed out attack. Definitely make sure your defense is close to 999 as well. I think my Digimon are all somewhere in the 800 range, 700 range. It doesn't have to be all the way up near 999, but at least I would say bare minimum 700. You definitely don't want to be under that, because these Digimon are crazy strong. They're gonna fuck your shit up if you don't have good enough stats. I would say your speed. If your speed's not at least, I want to say 600. 600's kind of lowballing it. Preferably, it should be up close to like 800. I think one or two of my Digimon have that much, but the others are like in the 650 range. You want to have about that much, which is crazy considering before we beat the game, I think they were all hovering around like 500 for both of those stats that I didn't name that weren't attack. So, yeah, it's a grind.
Oh.
But as you can see, Master Tyrannomon and Pheramon, I cut here with a stupid obnoxious... Oh yeah, I have Omnimon as well. You're going to see a lot of Digivolutions that I didn't have before. Like, you saw Mega Gargamon, I literally didn't even mention him because I was too busy explaining the needs, what you're going to want to do for the post-game. And as I mentioned, these fights here, you have to have those legendary weapons that I did earlier before we beat the game, or they won't fight you.
Oh.
And if you didn't do it before you beat the game, they'll actually be found underground in the circuit board that you can access, the altered one that I mentioned, that you can access now, and it's like, they'll be in different areas, but you have to do it one at a time still. And Metal Edamon is actually somewhere down there as well, since he's obviously not in Coolin Mine, since you can't get there. That's another reason why I suggest just doing it in the pre-post game, in the main story, because like, it's kind of a bitch to navigate that circuit board. It's easier to go to a location that has a distinct visual to it, so that you know what you're looking for. But anyway, thankfully the boss Digimon for the leaders in this part, which we fight all four of them in this part, they don't have any sort of healing, and they don't really have any sort of hacks. They just have a lot of health, so they take a lot of time to kill, and they just do a decent chunk of damage. Like, look at this, 60, 61, 60, like, a lot of grind.
We did it. We won.
We did!
Yay.
Why does this guy look like, kind of like an orange-haired Faulkner?
Probably because he is.
Anyway, so in order to fight the next two leaders, both of them are found in the Protocol Ruins, and it's pretty simple. They were placed where a couple characters were in the main story in Amaterasu Server. So, where Pheramon was, one of the leaders is chilling, and where the Seiryu leader was chilling out at one point, one of the other leaders is here. So we got Zukyu. And you can fight these guys in any order. I'm just fighting them in the order that you would fight them if you were able to actually access the proper areas of the game where they would normally be. She starts with Red Cherrymon, so she doesn't actually have like a unique boss enemy for her opener. But this guy does still do. I think he can heal his HP a little bit, but it's not like an obnoxious amount.
Yeah, he can. He just used Absorb on you. Yeah.
Yeah, he can use Absorb. You are going to be using whatever your best techs are on your Digimon a lot.
I mean...
go ahead.
I mean, at this point in the game, these are the equivalent of fucking super bosses.
Yeah, they really are. And, like, the final fight we're gonna do in the next part is, like, a super boss. Like, if these are super bosses, the next one's on, like, a whole nother level. Like, think of it like, in Final Fantasy X's International version, if you fought the Dark Aeons, like, these are the Dark Aeons. The boss we're gonna fight after that's like Penance. It's...
Oh, fucking 50 million HP bullshit.
Well, he had 12 million HP.
Oh, 12 million.
But 12 million's still a lot when you can only do 100,000 damage a shot. And he also has arms that keep reviving. Oh, hi, it's Persiamon.
Oh, I don't think we've seen that one before.
Yes, we have.
We have.
Oh.
Yes, we have.
Oh.
I mean, I don't think
He
you were
has
here
PTSD
for it, but
about it.
don't mind me. I'm just gonna go have PTSD now.
Okay, bye. All right, Jack. So now we have to commentate about.
Oh, he
Digimon
actually left.
3,
Anyway,
so this is
Persiamon is just as annoying
alright.
as she was in the main story.
Take over,
Thankfully,
Justin.
Okay.
since she's not the main threat, and also
blow the fuck out of
we
this
grinded
bitch.
a little bit over where we
Oh.
really needed to be, because you could realistically
Well,
take these.
she can
first
force
guys
people
on,
to
right
unevolve
around 6.
or some shit. So
That's
jumping
not
out.
allowed.
Oh, that's
yeah, that's why he's angry about her.
Oh.
yeah. She can she does Helter Skelter, but thankfully she doesn't spam it like she did in the main story, or else I would be really mad.
Man, it's a good thing you don't have to deal with this in Cyberspace.
Yeah, no, it's it's really dumb, and I'm pretty sure she's like the only Digimon that you fight in the entire game that has this ability.
Well,
It's unique. It's cool. I just hate the fact that she spammed it that whole time during that fight.
the reason why this is likely an ability that was never replicated outside of this game is because this game does Digivolutions differently than future games do, in that you can only Digivolve like in a fight, whereas future games Digivolutions are permanent, which means if they could like degenerate you, they would literally be like also stealing your stats away, because then you'd have to grind up to Digivolve again.
Oh, I forgot to mention, but for equipment, the legendary weapons are not very good, as I mentioned. Don't bother. You'll want to use all of the equipment that you could buy in the Amaterasu shop. I didn't show it off, but it's basically the same stuff as... It actually is the same stuff as Amaterasu City before you fight the final boss. So all of the weapons, all of the armor that you want to equip, make sure that you're using double-handed weapons if you can. If it's for a Digimon that doesn't have that, then give them 2 of the strongest weapon that you can. And, oh yeah, Zampamon is the final Digimon. And we're going to use some Omnimon. And for accessories, make sure you use at least one of an elemental accessories on each of your Digimon. You can grind for all the different elemental accessories that give your physical attacks, your regular attacks, that element. And there's 3 tiers, 1, 2, and S. I don't remember if I mentioned this, so I'm mentioning this now. Try to get the S's if you can, because they add more and more damage the higher the tier. So...
Jesus Christ, that guy just fucking murdered you.
Oh yeah, Hunting Knife is a one-hit KO, by the way, if it hits. It's just like Zampamon from earlier in the game, except...
An Oko move?
Oh, it's guillotine.
Yeah.
He used sheer cold on you.
This guy...
Even his regular attack looks like it hits like a fucking truck. There's just a fucking energy wave and like blue explosions.
This guy reminds me of he looks like Susanomon on a horse.
Yeah, I think actually he's the... Is Susanoo an Omega?
Yes, he is a Mega.
I think Zambamon's the ultimate before him, because he's an ultimate. And then
he's still kicking your ass.
And then Musyamon, I believe, is the champion. And we fight Musyamon as a random encounter in the catacombs before you can fight Zambamon's. But yeah, for the accessories, make sure you have an elemental S tier accessory on each of your Digimon so you can do a shit ton of damage. And honestly, if you want to, in fact, I advise it, just fucking throw a counter crest on each of them too. Like, just fuck it, because like these guys are annoying, and any extra damage will be very helpful. If you don't want to use the counter crest, even though these guys are literally as tough as can be, I would suggest either something that helps your damage, take less damage, like the HP proxy, or something that helps you recover your health over time, like I can't remember it, but there's accessories that do that. This is the Baihu leader. He's in place of the the Byakko leader. He uses Griffinmon for a lead. Griffinmon is actually a random encounter in the Amaterasu Server's west sector before you beat the game, but I don't know why he's using one, but it's still pumped up.
Kind of makes him
way
less
stronger
special
than
as a
those.
boss.
Yeah.
I mean, the last one
It's
used a
slightly.
red Cherrymon, so
Very true.
nothing new here. Move along. Nothing to see. Move along.
I'll take it honestly though, because like what you're gonna see in the next part is just it's blasphemy.
Is it Mewtwo?
It could be Mewtwo. These guys still do a lot of damage though for like pumped up versions of random encounters and other like earlier bosses. Thankfully our stats are high enough to keep up with them. Oh boy, it's Metal Seedramon again.
For the millionth time. Hey, Cloud, remember when you said we would never see this?
I know. I remember mentioning that we would never see Metal Seedramon, and then I lied 3 times.
And I've brought it up every single time we've seen one.
Because there was the first Metal Seedramon, which I forgot was in the area that you first go to when you exit the digital world to try to stop the Juggernaut. And then there was the second one that was in the last part, and now there's this one, which is the same one as before, but now just in possession under a boss fight.
And he's strong.
Yeah, he's strong.
He just,
Oh yeah, he has God Bombard.
He just said that we would never see Metal Seedramon. This is Black Metal Seedramon.
The name just says Metal Seedramon, so
Yeah.
Is that missile?
This isn't Burger King Metal Seedramon.
Is this
yes.
Is that missile like his signature attack? Because I mean I know that they change sometimes with the different variants. Because like
No, because the signature attack, they all use the same animation to start it up, where like you have this special background and you'll have this signature sound effect, and it has like there's like a lighting effect, and then they do their attack. So like even if God Bombard's supposed to be like his signature move, it's not treated as it in this game, because otherwise it would... I mean, they might have just relegated it to a skill, because I don't think the boss Digimon, except for the singular Digimon that you can fight, actually have signature attacks. Because I'm pretty sure the only time we've ever seen a signature move from a Digimon attacking us was the single encounter boss fights. Oh, it's High Andromon again.
Hi, Andromon.
no, it's just
Hi.
I thought
Hi, everybody.
it's like was that missile supposed to be a replacement for River of Power?
Oh, jeez. Who knows?
That'd be funny though, because that's kind of pathetic.
Oh boy! Atomic Ray!
Oh.
His
Oh,
one-hit
fuck.
kill
Ow.
move.
Shit.
You fucker. This is why I said, if you have counter crests, don't feel any shame. These bastards have earned it. Also, you'll see that Imperial Digimon has a shit ton of really strong skills that I can use now.
You just got killed by a Nintendo Switch.
Damn.
I don't remember.
You know what? I didn't realize it till
Yeah,
now.
he's the exact
But yeah,
same color scheme.
his shoulder
Yeah.
pads look like Joy-Cons,
Yeah,
and the
that's-
rest of his body is like the fucking
That's why he's a
Switch.
Nintendo Switch.
That's why
Yeah.
I said that. Yeah.
Oh,
That's the
Shit.
joke.
Bandai saw the future.
I can see the future.
I forget. I'm pretty sure Paladin mode definitely is. Is Imperial Digimon considered a Royal Knight?
I think so.
Because I know Omnimon
I don't
is,
remember.
like... Because there's Omnimon, there's Gallantmon, there's Crusadermon. I'm trying to remember who else. No,
Ow.
Beelzemon's a Demon Lord, never mind. I was about to say him, but that's not right.
I was like, there's no way Beelzemon is
No.
a fucking Royal Knight.
No, he's more with like Lilithmon and them, and like Minervamon.
Canondramon.
Oh, it's him again. I thought you like
Alphamon.
forego him for like Mega Gargamon.
I mean, I still use Canondramon sometimes because Canondramon's still good. Like, Mega Gargamon is better, but like Canondramon's actually one of the megas that can keep up with. Mega Gargamon's actually one of the best Digivolutions you can get, though. Mega Gargamon, I want to say, what is it? Diaboromon, I think. Imperial Dramon Paladin mode, Black War Greymon, Omnimon.
What are you talking about?
Like the strongest Digivolutions you can get.
Oh,
yeah.
I thought you were talking about Royal Knights.
No,
like,
no. I was talking about the strongest Digivolutions.
Some of those are definitely not.
No, I'm talking about some of the the strongest Digivolutions you can obtain in this game. So yeah, I faded over here. The last of the leaders is over in Tyrannus Valley, right where Master Tyrannomon was in the Oscar server. So I know that nobody remembers where that is because that was like part 5, but all the way up here.
Yeah, what the fuck?
You will be able to fight. You'll be able to fight this guy, who is basically the equivalent of the Genbu leader.
I do actually remember this place because just like how unique it looks. The horn on this like dinosaur-looking thing's face makes me think that's a Greymon skull.
This guy has a Skull Mammothmon, which is actually just a random encounter in the Amaterasu Server's Ice Dungeon, as well as I think a couple areas over in the North Sector.
Is it gonna Oko you?
No. Thank God. Skull Mammothmon does not have like a random Oko move.
No, that would be the bane of his existence. A Digimon that could one-shot you and also degenerate you.
Why would it need to do both?
Just to make sure it got the job done.
For the flavor.
Or like it alternated between degenerating you or one-hit killing you.
Only does one or the other. Never does any regular damage.
No.
Well, that would be the super,
and he's dead.
The super boss of super bosses.
No, you'll see. It's Warumonzemon. Remember the one that wanted to give. Remember the one that wanted. I don't remember if you were actually here for that part. Remember the little teddy bear that wanted to hug Lisa in the sewer? He's back.
You should go hug Lisa in the mountains then.
We did a shit ton of damage.
I'm assuming this is the ultimate form because Monzemon, I think, is a champion.
Yeah. I don't know who the Mega is if they have one.
I can't remember.
It's like, Berenstein Bear.
I know.
It's Berenstein Bear.
Oh god. I know. I think.
Or Paddington. No, I take it back. It's Paddington Bear.
I think because I think Toy Agumon Digimon is the Monzemon.
I think so. No, you know who the Mega is? It's the fucking Charmin Bear.
Oh jeez.
Heartbreak Attack. Oh boy, what does that do?
He takes your heart.
It actually just it lowers your strength.
Oh, that's not.
And it does a little bit of damage.
That's not as cool as I thought it would be.
Yeah, it does a little bit of damage, and then it also lowers your offense, so it makes it harder to get a good chunk of damage in on it.
It could have been like Heartless Angel and dropped your health to 1.
God no. God no.
Actually, no. Heartless
Angel
doesn't just drop your health to 1; it drops the whole party to 1.
According to the Digimon fandom, Toy Agumon is Toy Agumon is the Toy Agumon's next form. Like, he has a rookie and an ultimate form.
That's weird. Also, this is Waymon. We fought these before. These guys are random encounters. They're underneath the ocean floor here in the post-game. It's literally just a fucking random encounter. Man, what the fuck?
Well, see, like I've said before, I think in the last part, actually, Digimon Digivolution lines are kind of fucked because, I think in both Cyber Sleuth and Next Order, Monzemon is Toy Agumon's champion form.
Yeah, they changed stuff around over the series. It's really weird. Waymon has a shit ton of HP though. Like, look at that. That little bit of bar that went missing is 700 HP. That's like a tenth of his HP. He has like 7,000 health. Why?
Because it's funny.
Because the game wants you to suffer.
Then perish.
Did perish. I did not manage to get Mega Gargamon up that high. Because he's just reaping skills off the rest of my team.
Because I know
I've done 2,000 damage. This dude's barely lost a quarter of his health. Holy shit, dude.
We can all strive to be a giant whale.
I cut here because, like, I'm not going to have you guys sit through all the whittling down that I have to do on this guy.
Darn.
what is it? What was it? No, because, like, well, I think it's mostly because Lady Devimon, we don't really know what her rookie form is, or champion, because she's an ultimate, I forgot about that. Because, like, sometimes I think they have...
Hard Rain.
Oh. I think they have Impmon sometimes digivolve into her Digivolution line. Or not Impmon, Devimon is what I meant to say.
So yeah, take my word for it, Waymon's HP is like 7,000. It's crazy. Alright, so in the next part, we are going to go take on the leader and champion of Digimon Online itself, now that we've fought the 4 leaders here. And we will see who that is next time.